Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report. My name is Rady, and today, if you are looking at my screen, if you are looking at my screen, this is not false. This is true. And as a Niners fan, I do not like this, as the Browns are finalizing a trade for as the Browns are trading Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams. You heard me right. The Los Angeles Rams in exchange for Pro Bowl edge Jared Verse, a 2027 first round pick, and other draft pick compensation. Still being negotiated to the Browns, so I think we still need to get full details. But as a Niners fan, I do not like this, but I gotta admit though, I think it is a bit of a shock to see that, but I think a lot of people were thinking Myles Garrett was gonna be traded for three first round picks as for the Max Crosby trade because Max Crosby was traded for two first round picks, but they kind of backed out of that, as you know, which the knee issue from his um check medical check by the Ravens to see. But and then they signed Trey Hendrickson because he was already out there. But yeah, this is I am not liking this. I do not like this. It is it's disappointing. I think I really thought the Niners had a chance to get Garrett. I would have loved to see him with Bosa uh and him Romello Height. But as you can see with the Los Angeles Rams now, let's see if I can search this up. As for the Los Angeles Rams roster, as a lot of people are making the post, like there's a photo there, but it is. I am super surprised. I was just I didn't see it coming. I just saw like the news on it, and I'm like, this can't be real. And then it was there, so I'm really mad, but at the same time, like I knew this was gonna happen at the same time. But as you can see from the depth chart here, as Jared Verse is now traded now, they still have Byron Young, they still have Puna Ford, Kobe Turner is still there, Josiah Stewart is a solid guy. I liked him back then. But it's a bit of a pain to be truthful. Along with they also have Jalen Watson on there, Trent McDuffie, Quinton Lake. I think we're still fine. Look, I know people are mad that they're not getting Garrett. Look, I get it, but at the same time, he is starting to get older. Look, I get it. He was Defensive Player of the Year, and he was like 30 years old. But I think with Trent Williams there, look, I know it gives Trent Williams nightmares on him dealing with Garrett, but at the same time, he did very well against Garrett. I think he is decreasing a teeny bit, but not that much though, and he still wants to play a bit more. I think as long as we still have Trent Williams on the team against Myles Garrett, and as long as Colton McKissick can at least hold his ground against him, then I think the 49ers should be fine. I think they should be good. Look, Puna Ford is a solid guy. Braden Fisk is pretty good, but as you can see, like some of the depth guys, like they're not exactly the best on the team. Like as you can see, Ty Hamilton, a bit of an unknown. Tim Kenyon is also a bit of question mark. Tyler Davis, but like Braden Fisk, Byron Young, and Kobe Turner, I could see those guys as like dangerous. Puna Ford isn't exactly a dangerous threat in my view. I don't think he's that good, but he is a good player. But I think we should be fine. Other than Braden Fisk, Byron Young, and Kobe Turner, I think we should be fine. I think this actually kind of works well because you only have like one good player against Myles Garrett, but Jared Verse, I think it's kind of crazy, but he is from Cleveland, so it does actually make a lot of sense for them to trade for him. But as for the question now, what are the 49ers going to do now? That is the question. I think, in my view, there's either. So let's go over some of the free agents that are out there still. So let's see if I can be able to get through this. But for the 49ers, I think they need to sign someone. Look, as much as I know this, but they have so much in cap space. So are planning to sign unless they're planning to sign trading for Max Crosby. I don't think that is. I mean, it could happen. I won't hate that because he is a good player. I think it is good because I think it would be a nice thing. I think Max Crosby, he was worth two trades, but we still need more details on the Myles Garrett trades because as you can see from our Schefter thing, there's still other draft compensation picks. So we still don't know what those other picks are. So it may come down to like whatever that is, kind of just depending. But I think this is a good deal for the Rams. I will not lie, to be truthful. But I am so shocked on that trade. It just shocked me. But I think it is a bit of a pain. Like I get it, but I think the Niners have a chance to at least trade for someone, like at least maybe someone like Max Crosby, or there is Hassan Reddick is on the team. Joey Bosa has been talked a lot, so there might be a bit of a big chance that they could sign him now that they Rams signed got Myles Garrett, which is a bit of an issue. Jadeveon Clowney has been talked about too, but I think the Niners, there's a lot of guys on this team, so they could sign some of these guys. I feel like Jadeveon Clowney, Kyle Van Noy is also another one who they talked about, but I feel like that one's unlikely. Nico Autry, Leonard Floyd is there, Joey Bosa. I think Joey Bosa is the highest chance is the highest chance because he's the better player in my view. But other than that, I think they're gonna be fine. But I hope that this team will at least do good. But I think they'll be fine unless they get Miles Max Crosby on this team, unless they could do that because like the trade value for the trade value for like Crosby, it would probably be probably equivalent to like a first. It's according to this like equivalent of a first round pick and a mid round pick. So I won't hate that. I think we should be fine because if the Niners were planning to get him, for example, I think they could try around like a 2027 first, but I think they should. But I feel like having Crosby and Nick Bosa is a bit of a thing. I think trying that first, and then if that doesn't work out, then I think I would suggest Joey Bosa here because I think he's a better player overall. But the Niners need to sign someone. Look, I get it that you need to save that you need that cap space to move over for the negative cap space. I get that, Niners. I get that. You have a lot of free agents because as you could see through 2027 for the team, let's see. As you can see for 2027 for the 49ers, they have a lot of people that they need to sign next year. Like you have Dre Greenlaw, Mac Jones. There's Jake Brendel, but I don't think they should sign him back because he's not good. Demarcus Robinson's there. Juszczyk is there. Hobbs is there. Christian Kirk, Brett Toth, Samuel Guanu, Saran Neal, Keon White, Robert Jones, John Weeks, Cameron Sample. I don't know about Jair Brown. It'll have to depend on what the season is like for him. Apple is there. Waitman. There's Punter, Garrett Wallow, Jack Jones, Patrick Taylor, Malik Turner, Derek Forrest, and a lot of these guys. Sebastian Valdez is also another free agent who I pretty much like. I call him Red Hulk because a lot of people like calling him that. But I think it just depends on the situation. But I think going after Joey or or Max Crosby is probably the best option for the team, unless they could just wait on next year and they could sign an edge. But I think that there's not a lot of good edges. Like you see Wosu's one, but he's old. Dorrance Armstrong, Kayvon Chason is there. Kayvon Thibodeau. Unless they could sign Kayvon Thibodeau on the team, unless they could trade him also, they could also trade for Thibodeau too. But there's not a lot of good edges out there, so I think trading for edge or signing an edge is probably the best option for the team because there's not a lot of good players for next year. So I think those are my two options for the Niners. But we are gonna face Myles Garrett in Week 1, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like I think Colton McKissick is good. I think Pooney's good. I think whoever's going to be left guard, I think it's Carver Willis. I think he's going to be good. I think Trent Williams will lock down Myles Garrett because you only have like one big threat in Myles Garrett. That's only like one big threat. And because I thought they were just going to trade 2 first-round picks because they selected Ty Simpson for some reason. because and I could kind of see why they traded the first-round picks the entire time, but I feel like if they had Jared Verse and Myles Garrett on the same team, then yes, I would be worried on that. I would be very worried. But now that they have Jared Verse on the Cleveland Browns and Myles Garrett is the only big threat. Look, I get it. Like Byron Murphy is a like Byron like he's a big threat along with Kobe Turner and Braden Fisk. Like those are threats. Don't get me wrong, but I think that I think our offensive line should be solid. I think 4 out of the 5 positions should be good. I'm talking about the center position, which I'm worried about. But I think that, but I think as long as Trent Williams is still elite and Colton McKissick is at least very solid and a very good player, like he was last year, then I think we should be fine. But I would suggest for the 49ers to sign an edge like Joey Bosa or maybe Jadeveon Clowney, maybe. But I would go with Joey Bosa because he's been talked about a lot. Look, Shanahan, Nick, as much as you guys don't want to complain, like yesterday they were complaining about that they're not going to get Joey Bosa. But now that the Rams have traded for Myles Garrett, you better sign Joey Bosa like whenever you guys need to because you guys should be worried. Look, I get it. I think that it's fine, but I think you need another edge to at least compete for it at least. Try to at least try it for Max Crosby at least, and then if that doesn't work, then sign Joey Bosa. Because let's be truthful, when was the last time you guys ever when was the last time they drafted the first round pick that was actually very good? When was the last time? Exactly. Like there was the last time they selected a first round pick who was good was Nick Bosa and maybe Ricky, but he's a bit of a question mark because he's been injured so much. But I would trade all my first round picks for Max Crosby because like when was the because the Niners have not drafted a first round pick who was very good since Nick Bosa. So I would want to do that, but hey, that's my view. But make sure to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And this is Rady from Bay Area Sports Report signing off.